Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 28th of April, comes to you from London. And we're seeing the dollar moving back into bullish territory on the short-term chart. This is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market. Above the cloud, we're bullish, below the cloud, we're bearish, and it looks like the dollar is finding support on the cloud, so that's quite significant, and we're moving to that short-term move there, and possibly just coming back to trend there. If we look at that trend channel, we're just finding support there on the dollar, so maybe we're seeing the worst, and that's showing up there on the daily chart. We can actually draw that trend a bit more clearly there, so we seem to be finding support around that level. So dollar finding support, which means that the euro is hitting resistance against the dollar, so we are just seeing that breaking lower as well. Sterling sitting at 138.74. Fairly flat against that stronger dollar. Against the euro, we're back below the 115 level this morning just, so we are just seeing that deterioration this month in sterling against the euro. Bitcoin is actually sitting at 54,600, holding on to this bull trend on the medium term and long term chart. Short term, it's bullish now as well. We do have this downside target hanging over us, so we need to watch that. The S&P 500 index was down very slightly last night. The Nasdaq also just flat. We're seeing the futures, little change today. Good results out from Google, but that's not enough really to change or Alphabet, I should say. That's not enough to change the futures market on the Nasdaq down just over 0.25%. And the VIX volatility rising above that 17 level. But the fear index is still relatively low given where we've been over the last 12 months. The FTSE future is up 0.2% in the UK, and the DAX in Germany, the cash market is pushing higher, holding on to those new all-time highs that we saw this year. So still looking pretty good, up 0.33%, and the CAC Current up 0.25%. Europe pretty much up, Asia pretty much up all as well as Europe. So we're seeing Japan was up 0.33%, not enough to take a short-term bullish. China was up 0.4%. And if we look at the Sensex in India, perversely is up 1.5% despite the COVID problems that we're seeing in India. So that's quite interesting for the market. The Aussie market was up 0.4%. And if we take a look at some of the commodities, wheat just pulling back from its highs, but those targets for wheat are quite something. So looking very strong indeed. Corn also pulling back 1.25%, but actually still looking very, very strong on the charts. Gold sitting at 1768, and silver, so just short-term bearish there on gold, and silver just breaking lower as well. So gold we're seeing here just sitting below that target there, so that's quite key. US 10-year yields sitting at 1.65%, so they've really moved in the last 2 days, looking much stronger there, so that's quite key as well. And if we look at the energy mix, we see Brent crude just rising slightly, so just holding on to this bull trend. The key thing is, can we break at least this little mini high here? Because at the moment that is feeling like a lower high, so we just need to watch for that. Looking at coal, we're breaking out here as well. In fact, US nat gas, we were bullish this week, and it's run again, so pushing higher. 320 is the target, 301, so looking stronger. US nat gas above $3. Coal, we're seeing here is at 75.60, so just starting to run again, and emissions hitting that 48 target. That's what we said in our emissions report to clients, and that's where we've gone to this morning, so that's quite key. The whole energy mix looking pretty strong this morning. MBP up 3%, TTF up 2%, 2.5%, and German power above the 59 level for the first time, so looking strong there as well. 60.60 is the next target. Keep an eye on your 1 minute targets there. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.